The Riot Radio is one of the first visual radio stations in North America. It is an internet-based visual radio station. We are open format and we are here to serve students of DC and UOIT. My name is Ferr and I'm the station coordinator of the Riot Radio. As the coordinator, I basically do everything. Before I hired my staff, I did all their jobs anyway. Everyone got hired around August because I had to define those positions. We had positions before, but it was great once I hired people, but then I think even though I've trained them in some things, I basically hired everyone that I didn't have to train so that they understood what my vision is and what the plan moving forward is, and they immediately jumped into their jobs. So it was a relief for me because for like 2 months I was doing everything by myself, which is a lot of work. We have a technical director, Keselman, who runs the entire studio operations from a technical side. We have a program director who's Lowe. I apparently had to hire everybody named Matt. We had a co-op student named Matt too, who was here at the beginning. And then I hired Reisha, who's our news and media director. And then her and Lowe together sort of manage the music department. I have a great team, and I'm hoping to keep my team. So we have an audition process now. Before it was sort of like your audition orientation was, if you come and you show up and you have a decent idea, you're in, which is great, but it doesn't make for great quality programming. So part of my goal with the manual is that if I'm going to be on the internet and I'm exposed to the world, I want to ensure that the programming we put out is at least standardized, if not better. So we'd interview them, ask them what they understand as quality programming, do they have any past experience, basically what is your show concept. So if you want to have a music show, what is that show about? Because we don't need 5 rock shows, we have an endless playlist, we could put whatever on. But the key deciding factors in how I hired someone as a host, do they have a good concept or are they a strong host? And if they have one or the other, they got in. If they didn't have either, it was sort of like, well, then you're not telling me that you really want this because I only have so many spots, so I'm not giving them away. Basically, if you had a good concept, but you were a weak host, we could teach you how to be a better host. If you were a great host and you needed some more concept building, we can do that as well. For the host side of it, you really get a new learning experience in how to build a proper radio program and how to talk on air and concept building and on-air training. So those are all new things that didn't happen as much before. I mean, they were there, but they weren't really, like after that orientation session, that was all you got. So we still have open spots. We're taking hosts until the end of February. Okay. And then we're gonna cut it off because we only run till April. And then we'll start again next September. Everybody's really unique. We have a bunch of great sports shows. We have a really great current affairs show. We have a bunch of local shows about Canadian content and local bands. We have some talk shows and a lot of music shows. So there's a good variety because we're all open format. So it's not like you're only going to get rock shows. You're going to get everything. And I think the biggest selling point, which is the reason I got involved with it, is that it's an endless creative opportunity. Like you come up with the idea and we'll find a way to make it work. So, and I think that's the best part about being a student is that you can be creative, you can come up with new ideas, you can test them out. It's a safe environment in which you can learn and make mistakes. Yeah. Once you're out in the real world, you're not allowed to make the same amount of mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the better reasons you better have for making them. And then it's a break from whatever program you're in. And music or talk or discussions, are a really nice break from that. And it's a way to learn something unrelated to what you're doing, but if you're a host, it helps you with public speaking, it helps you with writing. If you're a technician, it helps you with time management and logistics. So you can get unique skills by doing stuff that you don't necessarily think you're going to get a skill out of.